My name is Roderick Dohleman. I'm the brother of Victor Dohleman, and I am the uncle of his children, Lauren, Carr, and Cristiano. I'm creating and posting this video today in response to a video posted back in August of 2014 by, I presume, someone within the Bertelero family, or as they're now known, Hess. Their complete distortion of the facts is unacceptable, and I felt compelled that I had to post a video to represent what I know of the events around um, the taking of my brother's children. My brother has, in the 14 years that have gone by where he's been without his children, a day has not gone by that he has not thought about his own children and wished that he could be with his children. But because of the Bertelero family's desire to, I'm not even quite sure what drives their desire to hurt someone so deeply, and it's unfathomable why they would want to hurt someone that way, his entire family, and ultimately their own children. It boggles the mind. I can only imagine it has to do with something that happened to them as children, and this is some sort of monstrous cycle that I fear these three children may perpetuate. But hopefully we can avoid that. He's wanted a relationship with his children so badly, but because of the Berteleros' deep pockets and ability to outmaneuver my brother in court, they systematically destroyed his parental rights and his relationship with his children. It's unimaginable. And to respond back to the posting on August of 2014 about how the parents have been dragged through the mud. Well, the grandparents. The grandparents are the ones that funded this effort, and I believe Jill was coerced into this because she certainly couldn't pull this off on her own. I believe her entire family conspired to take these children. And based on my own interactions with them when they were married, I saw some things that were very disturbing, and I wish I had said something sooner, but that's for another day. Just to give you an idea of my perspective, about 14 years ago, I get a phone call from the Irvine Police Department asking me if I knew the whereabouts of Jill Bertelero or Victor Dohleman. Of course, I presumed that they were working at the time, and I asked why, and the police officer proceeded to tell me that they had found Jill's Volvo abandoned with the keys and ignition, the doors open, and the baby seats without children in them, and were worried for her safety. Fast forward, and looking in what we know now is that was a completely staged event. She went into a battered women's shelter, which I do not believe she was ever battered. I know my brother, and I've never seen him lay a finger on her. And in fact, I've seen Jill act in ways that would lead me to believe it was the other way around. But that's another discussion. What I want to focus on here is the posts that they've asked, the litany of things that they've asked in their video to stop posting. First and foremost, we're never going to stop posting. These children need to know that their father loves them, and that there's a whole entire side of the family that loves these children and very much wishes to be a part of their lives. My mother, their grandmother, is equally hurt by this. Of course, I can't begin to match the hurt that my brother feels every single day, and his health has been gravely affected by the taking of his children. It's aged him prematurely, and it's it's put him in places that no person should be driven to. In the August 2014 video, I'll just go through the items point by point that were stated there. Yes, there is a restraining order against my brother. As a matter of fact, it was violated once because he wanted to see his children, and he was promptly arrested. So Jill and company have physically restricted my brother through the courts and legal system. Her maneuvering through all this was aided by the fact that she worked for the police department for many years, and she knows the court system, and she leveraged that knowledge and the power and influence of her parents' money to rob my brother of his children. We've tried to find these children, but the parents have held all of these children's assets in trust. We can't, so we have not been able to reach them. So public, social media has been the only way we've been able to reach them. The parental rights were, my brother had to sign away his parental rights under the threat of long-term incarceration. The ridiculous alimony and child support of $400,000 is just outrageous. My brother is broke. He has been broke for the better part of 20 years. He was living beyond his means with his wife at the time, and presumably she wanted more, and that's why she left. My brother has no money. He barely gets by, and it's just absolutely preposterous to think that my brother, if he had the money, he would support his children. He loves his children, as evident by the amount of time and money he spent fighting this in court, the decade-long battle which he lost, and even took it to appeal. He appealed the case. He went to appeals court. That's how much he wanted his children. This is not men who have no love for their children and don't want to be a father, don't go to these lengths. They do not fight and spend every last penny, beg, borrow, and steal from their family. He didn't steal, of course. That to fight this lawsuit, this is not what an absentee father does. My brother's never played the victim. He is a victim. And his children and his other the Dohleman family would very much like to be in their lives. Jill has managed to hide them pretty well, but now that his eldest daughter is an adult, we've been able to reach out to her. The other two are still minor children, and we can't. Know this, Car, Christiana, and Lauren, you are loved by a whole another family. And we will never stop trying to reach out to you. And we hope that you will, for a moment, suspend the distortions that the Bertelero Hess family has shrouded you in, and have a discussion with us and ask us all the questions you want and learn about a whole group of people that care very much about you and wish very much to be a part of your life. I can be reached through Facebook. There is even a website in Facebook called The Truth About Your Real Father, which includes many videos from Victor's family and friends who all will share with you the love that Victor has for you and wishes that you very much would be a part of his life. before his life um, uh, comes to an end on this planet. My brother is approaching 50. He'll be 50 this May. He has been aged dramatically by the events of the loss of his children. He's had 4 heart attacks, numerous stints, and other health issues. And all of this started after his children were taken from him, and understandably so. So we ask that you reach out to us. I can be reached at 310-210-1867. That is my cell phone. You can reach me online at Facebook, Roderick Dohleman. And you can reach me via email, roderick@rdcomputer.com. You're loved, and please know that despite whatever your mother and her family may say and make you think. And if you don't believe us, there's always the public record. You can do a search, public records, court documents. They'll show the things that were done, the underhanded maneuvers by your mother and her family that were just despicable, and it's terrible what they've done. And I'm hoping that doesn't, well, in any event, we hope that you come to us, talk to us, and learn the truth.